Approach to keeping Atlanta schools safe. They're finding a unique way to find and train school resource officers in a time when schools desperately need more protection. Atlanta News First political reporter Doug Reardon is live outside Atlanta Public Schools in downtown Atlanta, their headquarters. And Doug, this is interesting because most of their resource officers have law enforcement backgrounds when they're hired.
They do, Blair, but those folks are becoming harder and harder to find. So now they're thinking outside the box. They're offering to help put people through that 10-week police academy if they promise to come back here to an APS school and protect it once they do. And we know that they're desperately needed. Think back to September in Winder, where at Appalachia High School, 4 people were killed in a school shooting. And today we got our first look at how this new APS initiative is going to go. September, 2 students and 2 teachers lose their lives when a student opened fire at Appalachia High in Winder. The reality of violence in schools hitting harder than ever from Appalachia to Atlanta.
And that's a challenge. That's a big challenge.
APS Police Chief Ronald Applin said even before Appalachia, the state and city had expressed a desire to put more school resource officers, or SROs, in place. But it proved difficult to find accredited talent. They needed experience with kids and the right demeanor.
Looking for someone almost perfect, right? An almost perfect person.
So APS tried something new, a sort of experiment, taking people with little or no background in law enforcement and putting them through the police academy. That perfect person was Keena Lang. That's her.
Keena Lang.
Graduating from the academy on Friday.
I went through 10 weeks of training and I did it.
Lang has a background in corrections, and she's a former substitute teacher. The district says she's the exact example of what they're looking for to fill out almost 36 open SRO jobs.
If you have a rapport with the kids, you have a rapport with the faculty and staff, the kids trust in you, then kids for sure will come to you and say, hey, such and such has something, or such and such is doing something.
She's no nonsense.
You better go and sit yourself down. Or, didn't I tell you to go to class? You need to go to class.
But understands that kids need a safe option to talk to and hopes more people will follow her lead.
When they come into our buildings, that it will be a place that they can feel safe and secure.
So the good news, APS says, is right now they have about 15 SROs in training going through the academy. From APS headquarters in downtown Atlanta, Doug Reardon, Atlanta News First.